This is a short video to show how to use the tool that I created for recording plant occurrences around campus. First, you'll just go to the URL that I'll provide to you and you should see this appear. I'm running this in Chrome, but if you have any issues with other browsers, please let me know. It should work with all major browsers. Once you're here, you can move around and zoom in and out just by clicking the mouse and dragging. And I do currently have it set up to only work from computers, not from mobile devices. In other words, it won't work with a finger. Let me know if you want to change that. There is a setting to change that, but it is a little more responsive, and the students said they were going to use a computer. So that's how it's currently set up. And again, I'm just using the mouse to pan around and the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. There are some tools up here, but you may not need them. Pan just moves you around. Arrow allows you to select things like this plant that I've recorded, and then information will give you information on it, but I have it working a little bit differently because this is wired specifically for recording plant occurrences. Okay, so also you'll want to be able to go in here and click on plant points. I've set it up for polygons, but I think we're just going to do points for now. When you pick this layer, which I got to by clicking on this icon, you'll see that this tool appears. And this is a tool to go ahead and place points. So now I can click on that. I can say, let's record that tree and let's record that bush. So now we're adding plant occurrences to the map. Now, you may want to put in information on the type of plant. So if I go here, you'll see that there's a panel specifically for plants. If you click on these, you'll see they're all set to none for now, but we can go ahead and change that. Let's say that's a bunch of salmon berries, and then we go over here and say that's some huckleberry, and then we go over here and say that's some wood rose, and I can go ahead and update that. And it doesn't look like it's changed because we haven't changed the symbology, but you can see that those are recorded. You can also go ahead and put in some notes. Whoops. Something like that. If you just click off, that'll actually update it as well. And now you can see that those notes are saved. Now, important point is that whenever you do edits, you are going to want to go up here and go ahead and save the data set. Saving the map will save where you are in the symbology associated with it, but you need to save the data set to save the actual occurrences that you've put in there. And then we refresh, you can see those are still maintained. We go in and look. Whoops, wrong one. There's the information on the different species that we put in. Okay, so hopefully pretty easy to use. A couple of things you can do is if you put in points that you don't want, see that was a mistake, I can hit the delete key on the keyboard and they should disappear. Again, whenever we do that, we'll want to save the data set. And there's a bunch of other features that you can play around with if you want to. The settings for each of the different symbols are here. I can go ahead and add ones that are not represented. And then let's say we want to go ahead and symbolize huckleberry differently. We can change the size, we can change the color, we can change the line width on that. We can also change the symbol. And as soon as we do that, you'll see that it's actually changed. Okay, and again, if we change the symbology, we need to save the map. And please just remember, if you're editing this, you only want to have one person editing at a time, otherwise one person's edits could override another person's, because when you do save here, it overwrites a file on the server, and if one person does that and then someone else does a save, that'll overwrite their changes. So just have one person editing at a time, and I think it should work pretty well. And now again, if I refresh or anyone looks at this, you're going to see those changes occur. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and delete these and just leave one point there as an example and save my data set again. Oops, I forgot to select a layer, so I need to make sure my layer is selected. Then I can go ahead and save the data set. And now again, everything is saved, should work great, and this should be available anywhere.